Good morning, my beloved. Welcome to this new session. Today we are going to talk about how to take better care of our temple, our body. Restore your temple. Step 4 in this process of rising as the queen you were meant to be, to unlock the power that is in you and become the best version you were meant to be. Welcome again. I'm so happy and glad to share with you on this topic. I'm so thankful that today, with 57 years of age, that I feel good, healthy, fit, well in my body. But that was not always like that. I have struggled with weight issues since I was 18. At that time, I had just returned from my year in the United States and Canada, and I had learned many things, wonderful things. That's why I can talk to you in English. But I had also gained more than 20 kilos. And I felt horrible in the way I looked and how I felt. And then on top of that, one of my uncles, he greeted me with the words, "Lynette, you'll turn out just like your great-grandmother." Well, my great-grandmother, she was quite obese, and being compared with her and letting me know you're going to end up like that, that didn't feel very encouraging. That moment I was angry and sad at the same time. I somehow managed to say goodbye and get into my room, and I started crying so hard. I have cried and cried, and then I decided, no, I will not end up like her. And that was for the first time a turning point in my life where I decided to look for a way to live better, to live healthier, to be fitter, and not to carry with me this extra weight. And that went well for quite some years, but then I was for the first time pregnant. And again, it happened. I gained more than 20 kilos. And again, I didn't feel good with how I looked and how I felt in my body. And since then, it has been a never-ending cycle. Me looking for better ways, returning to a weight I feel good and look good, and then something brings me out of balance, and the same thing happens all over. And then when I entered in this phase of menopause, this same struggle again all over. And my decision was and stands firm: I will not end up like my great-grandmother. There is a way, and there is a better way, and I've found that way. So I'm so thankful I found that way, that I not only can have the weight I love to have and I feel good in, but to feel good in my body, in my skin, with my fitness. I don't have any negative symptoms of menopause at all. So that's such a blessing. But I have to be willing to do the steps, and I have to be willing to work on healthy habits. And all my learnings, I have worked into a program, a coaching program, which I call 30-Day Total Wellness Challenge. In only 30 days, you can learn what took me years to discover for myself. And today I was going to share with you 7 habits in order to live better, healthier, feel fitter, have more energy, and restore your temple. The first step is a sound mind in a sound body. And we can read this principle in many verses in the Bible, and I'll share one with you, Proverbs 17:22. A joyful heart is a good medicine, but a broken spirit dries up the bones. A broken spirit, a sad spirit, anxious spirit, that dries up the bones. That makes us sick. So how to develop a joyful heart, a habit of a joyful heart? I think it starts with thankfulness. What are you thankful for? Make a list of things you're thankful for. The fact that you're living right now, the fact that you're breathing, that's God's gift to you. Breathing is such a blessing, and only people that struggle with their breath know how precious this gift is. I was last year a witness to a struggle when my husband was having pneumonia, how he struggled breathing, how it was painful breathing. So be thankful for your breath and practice deep breathing, and think about God's Spirit is also the breath of God. And while you do the deep breathing exercise, train your mind to think, breath of God, fill me, fill my mind, fill my heart, fill my body with your renewing strength, with your healing power. Fill me from head to toe. Fill my thoughts, fill my mind, renew my heart. And then practice breathing. Breathe in deep. Try to count to 6. Imagine you have a balloon in your stomach and you're trying to fill this balloon. Then you hold it, counting to 8, and then you blow it out, like if you would blow through a straw. And let go of everything that's weighing you down, every anxious thought, every toxic thought, and let it go. And breathe in healing and let go of your pain. God's breath is there, filling you, renewing you, restoring your mind, your heart. That's the first step. Otherwise, your bones will dry up. A joyful, thankful heart. Habit number 1. Habit number 2, eat real food, whole food, food that has grown on a plant and not in a plant. Real food, I call it the pharmacy of God. That's the whole food made for us. And if we don't respect that, and if we don't give our bodies what our bodies need, the right food, then it's like we could compare our bodies with a car, give it the wrong fuel, and how long will it take, and the car will break down. So that's the same thing with the food, the fuel you give your body, your temple. So give it the best fuel. Eat plant-based food, eat healthy fats, and meat is alright, good proteins, but choose well, not processed food. No sausages. They are full of unhealthy fats and ingredients that are like the worst fuel for your body. So, but good meat, eggs, and enjoy the good food coming from God's pharmacy. Third habit, water your life. Drink water. So often our body confuses hunger with thirst. Actually, we are thirsty, but our body gives us kind of signals of hunger. And we have to literally train our bodies to be thirsty again, to feel thirst. In the morning, make it your habit to get your water bottle ready. This has like 500 milliliters. You should drink at least 2 liters per day. Water. I don't mean coffee. No, I mean water. Make that ready in the morning, and it should be empty in the evening. You can drink your coffee and your tea, whatever in between. Good, healthy juices, that's fine. But water, in addition to everything, water your life. Fourth habit, avoid processed food. Avoid everything that's white. White sugar, white rice, white flour, white salt even. There is no white in nature. Eat it as whole and natural as possible. And going back to the processed food, it's normally loaded with sugars and unhealthy ingredients and unhealthy fats like the trans fat. Those are ingredients that slowly but surely will kill you over time. That's not taking good care of your temple. I know in our time it's difficult to always choose healthy, whole food. But if you try to avoid sugar as much as possible in white flour, that's not that difficult. Then you do your body a great service. It will function much, much better. Try it for 1 month, and you see a difference. Not only in your weight, but in the way you feel. You will be able to think clearer. You will be able to taste better. So there is a whole industry trying to destroy you. It's not interested in your health. It's interested in your money. So understand that and make it your habit to avoid it as much as possible. All this processed food. For example, just ketchup. It's loaded with sugar. Don't find different alternatives. And in my program, I teach you different alternatives. I give you very interesting and so tasty recipes, not difficult to make, and many, many ideas how to combine the food. Fifth habit, move your bodies. We were made for action. We were made for movement, not for sitting the whole day on our desk. So if ever possible, if the only thing you can do is move your fingers, move them. Try, be creative, find ways to move. It's never too cold, it's never too hot. The weather should not hinder you. I know it's difficult. I live in a hot country, and if it's more than 40 degrees Celsius or more than 100 Fahrenheit, it's difficult. It's to get out of the house and move. But sweating is healthy. So get your body into moving, and if you get some music on and move in your house, but move your body. If your body moves, your brain grooves. A quote by Jim Quick. He's an expert on your brain, and he says, move your body, find a way to do it every day. Be creative. There is a way. There's always a way if there is the will. Habit number 6, stress management. We all have stress, pressure. But how to handle stress? We have to realize what happens in our bodies when we are under stress, and especially chronic stress creates havoc in your bodies. It creates a disaster in your hormones. So find a way to manage stress, learn to relax, learn to get your mind off in training the habit of thankfulness, of breathing. Those are, for example, very good and helpful tools to de-stress your body. Also, awareness practices, reading something that builds you up. So at least find half an hour every day to do these kind of exercises. So that will help your brain to reset the hormones. And also moving your body helps the body to get rid of the adrenaline, which keeps your body under tension. So moving, relaxing, breathing, having some fun, being out in the air, get some vitamin D, very important. Number 7, sleep habits. How is your sleep? You can train your bodies to sleep better. And one of the things is to respect the rhythm of your bodies. We were not made for the night, we were made for the day. We have to be active on a day and sleep during the night. So get your sleep hours, at least 7 to 8 hours would be just the perfect condition so that your body and your brain can work well. And one of the things you can do and should do is your cell phone. 1 hour before you go to sleep, you plan to go to sleep, set it aside, turn it off. Everything that has to do with these kind of things, screens, turn them off. The blue light of the screens of your cell phone kind of triggers your circadian rhythm, and it makes you more, how to say that, you can sleep well if you're bright and triggered. So in order to get into your natural God-given rhythm, turn those things off 1 hour before you go to sleep. And then do something relaxing like reading, or if you have a partner, talk with your partner. And then you will notice suddenly you get sleepy, and then you can sleep so much better. And so those are the 7 habits. I really recommend you highly to train them. But if you need help in this training, let me know. It's also scientifically proven that it needs at least 21 days to get you into the habit, and then that this habit actually will stick with you and it becomes a habit so that you can do it automatically. You should at least repeat that cycle 3 times. And in order to get you in the rhythm and to get you in that cycle of training these good habits, healthy habits, so that you can have the energy, that you can feel good in your body, that you can really enjoy your temple and enjoy life and live with passion, the vision that God has given you. Therefore, I highly recommend, if you can't manage on your own, get yourself a coach. And I'm there. I'm so willing to share all my learnings with you. I can help you. I have this program developed for you with all the tools and all the steps. You don't have to struggle alone. And to encourage you, I want to finalize this session with 1 Corinthians 6 verse 19. It talks about our bodies being the temple. Maybe you have wondered, why do I call our body a temple? And here it says, have you forgotten that your body is now the sacred temple of the Spirit of holiness who lives in you? You don't longer belong to yourself. It's the gift of God, the Holy Spirit, who lives inside your sanctuary. God has chosen my body to be the sanctuary for His Holy Spirit, the breath of God. You were God's expensive purchase, paid for with what? With the tears of blood by Jesus Christ. So by all means, then, use your body to bring glory to God. Choose well. I love you, and See you next week for another session.